What's up, YouTube fam? Y'all already know what this is about to be about. Ain't even no point in trying to introduce and any of that. So, my man's Katt Williams, the comedian, used to be known as Cat in the Hat back in the day. For those who remember BET Comic View, I'm that old. Most of y'all probably don't remember, but yeah, Mr. Cat in the Hat is the same guy, Katt Williams. So, he's a comedian. He's originally from Cincinnati, Ohio, and for those that know, you know, me, Molly the Father, I'm from a city called Dayton, which is also in Ohio. It's about 45 minutes to an hour away from Cincinnati, depending on which direction you're going. So, but you know, without further ado, man, he was recently on a podcast, or it was someone's YouTube show, and it's called the Shay Shay Club. I can't remember the dude's real name, but I know his name's Shannon something. But I've never watched this dude's podcast a day of my life, except for when I start hearing about the Katt Williams interview. And I've watched the whole thing. It's about 3 minutes long. I mean, 3 minutes. I wish. Shit, it's about 3 hours long. And I'm gonna listen again tomorrow. I'm gonna be working in the warehouse, so I'll be able to have my little Bluetooth, my headphones and stuff, and I'm gonna listen to it again. You know, when you watch these long podcasts, man, I really gotta tell you guys this. Sometimes you actually gotta watch them more than once. You can't watch a 3-hour interview, a 3-hour documentary, a 3-hour podcast, a 3-hour debate for just like 1 or 2 times and then think you're gonna get everything out of it. It doesn't work that way. It just simply doesn't work that way. Damn, I'm parked all fucked up over here. But what was I gonna say? Yeah. It's really good to watch them long ones. Watch them more than once, because there's always something in there that you probably didn't take the first couple times. Just like when you watch a movie, there's always going to be something that you might miss. But I mean, listen, y'all. If y'all haven't seen it yet, I highly suggest you go watch it. But here it is. Here's my review of it, or here's my response. First of all, a lot of the shit that I've been saying on this channel, Mr. Katt Williams has confirmed it. Almost all of these big, high-name celebrities, some of these big-name athletes, and all these artists and all these actors and some of these other fake-ass fucking comedians, a lot of them have done a lot of foul shit. They've done a lot of suspect things. They've done a lot of gay shit to get to where they're at. They've done some pedo shit. There's no telling. I'm telling y'all, there's really no limits to where some people will go for money. I mean, think about all the shit we do. Just think about all the hard work, getting up every day, going to work. Think about me uploading these videos every day, or trying to upload them every day. And you know what I'm saying? This is all the things that we do to hopefully get our big break, where we can actually make a lot of money, where we don't have to work as hard. So it's not a surprise that so many people, especially so many of our black people, are just pretty much selling their souls. And again, I don't believe in the soul in the traditional sense that people used to, the soul. When you sell your soul, you're selling your body. Your soul only can exist inside of you. So think about when a person sells their soul, they're really selling their body. Very similar to prostitution, but not just prostitution. It's like we control everything. They control where you go, what you say, what you eat, the people you hang around, the family members that you hang around. That's pretty much what happens when you sell your soul, so to speak. It's like you pretty much sign a contract for a bunch of money and a bunch of wealth, and you don't get to be your normal self. Well, Katt Williams has obviously didn't sell his soul. Now, you can say he's crazy. You can say he's on drugs. You can say he's not all the way right in the head. Listen, I understand some of those observations, but that might not be the case. And I'm gonna say this, like I said, we both are originally from the same state, which is in Ohio, which is the heart of the USA. No matter how y'all look at it, it's even kind of shaped like a heart, and it's in the same location that a heart would be on a human body. The same way that Ethiopia is the heart of Africa, the state of Ohio is the heart of the USA. So listen, I don't want to argue with nobody about that. It is what it is. I've never met Mr. Katt Williams. I've met Dave Chappelle. Katt Williams comedy, who's also from Ohio. So Katt Williams comedy is very similar. I mean, his comedy style's not as similar to Dave Chappelle, but his integrity is very, very similar. Like, he's willing to give up the bag, give up the check to speak the truth. You know, he believes in his God and this and that, you know, and I respect it. I don't believe in it. I don't believe in the Bible. Y'all know that. I am as anti-Christian as you can possibly imagine. But I respect people like Katt Williams, man, to the fucking fullest. Like, bro, my respect level for that man has went from here to, I can't even show y'all here on the phone. It's just past the roof of my car. You know, I've always respected him. I've always knew he was one of the real ones. But, man, after watching this interview, y'all, basically what he did was he called out everybody. Not everybody, but a lot of these big-name celebrities. Just to name a few, he talked about Steve Harvey, talked about Cedric the Entertainer. And y'all know Cedric and Steve Harvey been like butt buddies for I don't know how long. Who else he talked about, man? He named a lot of names. He talked about Kevin Hart. He talked about the rapper Ludacris, who responded with the rap. We'll get into that another day. He talked about a lot of people, y'all. And he called it out for what it was. I mean, what did he gain from it? What would he have gained from lying, from making this shit up? He didn't know this shit was going to go viral. He didn't know that interview was going to blow up all over the internet like it did. But it did. So, personally, I believe him. But I was going to say earlier, I've never met Katt Williams. But a good friend of mine that I've grown up with, you know, haven't really spoken to him in a while. You know, just, you know, people grow up, grow apart. But it's a young man who grew up in my neighborhood here in Trotwood, Ohio, which is where I used to live. And he's actually Katt Williams' cousin. Yeah, you know, he's an actual blood relative of Katt Williams. And I know this dude is a pretty solid dude. So it's really not a surprise that he comes from a solid family. So really, just knowing that I know somebody who is directly related to Katt Williams, and I've know that they've hung out, I've seen pictures of them, stuff like that together. So to me, it's not a shock that Katt Williams is a real motherfucker that's gonna say some real shit. I believe him. We already know about the Illuminati. We know about how people be, you know, niggas be out here selling their butt for fame and for money. I mean, just look at the way music. Listen, I talked about Eminem on the last video. We talked about how we got Ice Spice and all these prostitute rappers and fucking Cardi B and all this bullshit. And everybody thinks Drake is just the greatest thing since sliced bread, and he's not. And it's pretty obvious, y'all, that there's people selling their souls, man. People giving up their morality, their integrities, if they ever even had any, just for some money. So Katt Williams called out all these people, talk about how they do crazy shit for money, how they be going to these weird sex parties and hanging out with Diddy, doing all this weird sex party shit. Bro, I believe him. Now, let's get on this, you know, because I want to make this quick, man. First things they say is, well, you know, he's probably on drugs, or, you know, something's wrong with Katt Williams, or he's crazy. Listen, anytime you wake up and actually call bullshit out, people will always label you crazy. I know that from firsthand experience. When I really started waking up, not that fake LGBT woke, but the real woke. When you like really call out the agendas, people will call you crazy. Your own family members will turn on you and shit like that, man. People will talk about you behind your back. So I don't think this man's crazy. I don't think Katt Williams is crazy at all. I think he's very much in his right mind. And I think the rest of you motherfuckers who are scared to say the shit that Katt Williams is saying, y'all are the ones that are fucking crazy, if you want to be all the way honest. Yes, that's my view. That's my opinion. So, another thing I'm going to say, they say that, you know, maybe he's on drugs. You know, Katt Williams is on that shit or whatever. Now, when I watch the interview, when I see Katt Williams talk lately, sometimes he does seem like he's kind of like in a daze. And again, this is not me talking bad against Katt Williams, because this video is to really glorify and boost up, and I want to bring more views to that interview. This is really me basically fucking promoting the interview for free. I know from firsthand experience, listen, man, I've done drugs. I've done a lot of hard drugs, back in my younger days when I was young and dumb, when I was lost and had no real guidance, no real self-identity, and I wasn't sure what direction I wanted to go in life. I had no direction at all. I had good parents, but I never had guidance growing up. Like most kids had good family structures at home. I had terrible family structure. I had terrible home life. I wasn't abused or anything, but just a lot of neglectful, not really like I was fed and clothed, but I wasn't taught, I wasn't guided anywhere. Nobody was really guiding me anywhere. It was just kind of whatever. So I know, there was times when I've done drugs and shit like that. So I know a drug addict. I know a person that's under the influence of a drug. Katt Williams, sometimes he's kind of it's kind of like he kind of slurs and his eyes seem to do this weird. But when he speaks, he's very, very articulate, very, very much more articulate than I am. And I'm trying my best. I'm trying every day to work and improve my speech and my vocabulary and the way that I deliver my words and the way that I articulate myself. I'm really trying. So what I see in Katt Williams, I'm like, man, this man really knows how to speak. He's very much in his right mind. When he's speaking and saying these things, he's not just talking. It's not like alcohol or fucking cocaine talking. It's him really actually saying these things. These are his actual sober thoughts. And I really, really, really believe him, man. Listen, y'all, I can't go into everything that was said on the interview. For one, it was such a long one. And there's a lot of shit that could just demonetize me. I'm surprised the interview's still up. But go ahead and watch it, man. I'm going to go ahead and put a link in the description. I'm going to try to tag the interviewer. And I just want everybody to really pay attention. I want you to give me your own personal opinion on whether you think this man is just making this shit up or if this man has been in the lion's den. He's been around these weird Hollywood motherfuckers and he's tired of it. And he just said what he said. Listen, there's nothing, I mean, what really can they do? They be like, man, I heard like, man, somebody at work today was like, man, Katt Williams need to watch out because they're going to end up trying to kill him. Listen, man, if Katt Williams slipped on a banana peel and busted his head, I'm going to assume that somebody put that banana peel there. If he gets hit by a bus, I'm going to assume that the bus driver was working for the Illuminati. Like, there's nothing you can really do, man. Yes, protect this man at all costs. But listen, there's nothing really they can do to Katt Williams because anything happens to this man, we all know that it was some foul play. So it's really a smart move now to call this shit out. Because now they got to make sure nothing happens to him. Anything happens to Katt, we all going to know who was involved. So listen, man, big shout out to Katt Williams. Listen, I've always liked his comedy and shit, but I've never been a big fan of stand-up comedy like most people are. Like, I like it, you know what I'm saying? I like Chris Rock, I like Kevin Hart, I like to watch stand-up comedy, and I laugh and shit like that. But man, bro, the shit that he was talking the shit that he was talking a few days ago on that podcast, that just really impressed me, man. Like, I got so much respect for Katt Williams, man. And I believe every single word that came out of his mouth. I don't think he did any of this shit out of bitterness or out of intoxication or out of some sort of mental illness. No, I think the rest of the people, the people that he was talking about are the ones who are mentally ill. Katt Williams is not. Shout out to Katt Williams, y'all. And, y'all, in the midst of all this crazy shit and all this conspiracy shit, you would think it would just end one day. There's so many layers to it. So much shit going on. Like the Jeffrey Epstein list. They supposedly released names. And it's just a bunch of bullshit like always. So we're going to be talking about the Jeffrey Epstein shit tomorrow. Y'all, link in the description. Please watch this interview with Katt Williams and Shay Shay Club. I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace.